Right, boys, here you go. The squad report for the end of Season 7 here with Solihull Moors. Eliot Thomas, our frontline keeper, is now up to an 81, having improved by 3 this season. He is clearly our best goalkeeper, and everybody else is obviously his understudy. Elliot Kelly's been out on loan at Hellas Verona, hasn't changed, still 71, been here since the start, 26 years of age now. I'm not going to let him go. We are way into this career mode series now, and obviously he will stick around for the end of it. Baker has plateaued. He's gone up by 3 overall this season, but he's now a 73. We have got him on the transfer list. If we do see a decent offer, I will let him go out, and that's because we've got a big pool of goalkeepers in reserve. First up being Lance Clark, who will go to PEC Zwolle once the transfer window opens. He's now up to a 71. Eliot Thomas, I think he's the next in line to the throne. 17 years of age, gone up by 1 overall, just come in from the youth academy, and he's at a 66. So he will stick around next season and kind of be the understudy if Baker leaves. We've then got Joel Phillips, who I've transfer listed. He's 19 years of age and 62 overall, so we'll ship him out the door. Billy Wilson, gone up by 3 overall this season, is absolutely amazing player. As we know, he has scored us 2 goals this season in 38 appearances and has got 16 clean sheets. He's now an 87 overall left back, and he's an absolute mammoth player in that left back position. We've got Philip Moran out on loan at Hamburg this season. He's gone up by 2 overall. We'll probably go out on loan again next season, as we've got obviously a glut of left backs, with Rico Henry being our second in line to the left back throne. 80 overall, and will stick around with us for next season. McCutcheon's on the loan list because of that reason. We've got a lot of depth at left back, so we'll let a couple of players go out on loan next season because we don't need them all. And banked up behind him, we also have Lucas Nicholson, who's gone up by 1 overall this season. Really enjoy playing with the young Scotsman, but at 72 overall, obviously he has some improvement still to go to get into the first team. Next up, we've got Dwane Patterson, up by 3 overall this season. He's now over the 80 barrier, an 81 rated centre-back. Still really enjoy playing with him, and obviously he will stick around next season. We've then got Harvey Morris, who we bought in for the season, has gone up by 1 overall, even though he's hit the age of 30 because of the amount of game time probably that he's got. 82 overall now, and certainly still part of our plans going into next season. Duncan Campbell, been here from the start, gone up by 3 this season, 80 overall, 26 years of age now, and he will certainly be sticking around for the rest of the career mode. Frank Ziegler hasn't really progressed this season because he hasn't got the amount of game time, so I might send him out on loan next season unless we get a decent transfer offer in for him, and then we will consider that instead of the loan. We've also got Nathan Ferguson, who we bought in this season for the right back position. Bought him in from the Baggies, and he has been an exceptional buy for us. 83 overall now, has gone up by 2. Daryl Connor is his understudy. 69, hasn't improved unfortunately this season, but he hasn't had a great amount of game time, and I didn't send him out on loan in the back end of the season just purely because we wanted that stability at right back. He offers the only real alternative, although we do now have Murillo, who's come in, but he is transfer listed, only 55 overall, and hopefully we will see him out of the door quite swiftly. Barry Hamilton, out on loan at Everton this season, is now 75 overall, having gone up by 2. He's in a bad run of form by the looks of it. Could fill in at centre-back if we needed him, and obviously comes back into the squad. Probably send him out on loan again, to be honest, next season. We've got so many central defensive midfielders, and to be honest, nobody can wrestle that position off of Mcdonald in my eyes, because he has owned that position all season. I just cannot see anybody being able to come and take that role off of him. Bradley Bennett, now 21 years of age, out on loan again, 70 overall, gone up by 3 this season. Obviously we'll stick around because of the potential that he has, but I can't see him breaking the team, so we'll probably send him out on loan again next season. Similar story for Johannes Bergstrom, now 19 years of age, gone up by 2 again this season whilst out on loan at Basel, but probably won't be able to break into the first team, so may well go out on loan again for a spell next year. Eddie Patterson went out on loan to Genoa, didn't he, at the start of last season, and did quite well out there by all accounts, having gone up by 2 overall to a 74. Still a fantastic player when you bring him into the lineup, and I do still enjoy playing with him, so I do see him sticking around with his brother, who obviously is doing even better than him at that centre-back role. Then we got Paz, 80 overall now, gone up by 3 this season, has had quite a bit of game time at right back this season, if I'm honest, and helped us in that final in the FA Cup from that position. I'm almost tempted to give him the right back position as one of his traits, purely because of the performances he's been putting in at that position. So you might see him actually become a right back next season on that basis. Strachan's out the door when the transfer window opens. He's off to Chorley. Alexander's just been promoted and he's transfer listed already. Mariani's on the loan list because he's come through the academy and looks like he's going to be an amazing piece of talent. But he's 66 overall at the moment, so he won't break the first team. He's gone up by 2 overall this season. Let's hope we can get him a decent loan for next season. Lucas Peterson, he's up by 3 overall this season. He's now a 79 rated central midfielder and has done an amazing shift for us here at Solihull Moors, so he's certainly not going to be going anywhere soon. And we've got his compatriot there, Henrik Fredriksson, now 22 years of age, has gone up by 3 overall to a 76. Dalton, what a player this guy is. We got him on a free transfer, remember. 20-year-old Brazilian has now reached 81, having gone up by 3 overall. And he can play those rare positions that he's got there, centre mid, cam and CDM. He is an all-round talent in that midfield area and one of probably the best signings that we've made on the free agents list. Next up we got Jude Bellingham, who has really come into his own this season, up by 4 overall to an 81. Stats-wise, he has managed to get 9 goals from midfield and 6 assists, so a really good performance and shift put in by Jude this season. That's followed up by the star man in the midfield area, or at least in my eyes, Daniel Mcdonald is up to 83, having gone up by 4 this season. Managed to get himself 7 goals this season from midfield and 15 assists. And don't get me wrong, he might have only got 7 goals, but it feels like he's got more because they always seem to be important goals that he gets and big ones from distance on many occasions. Dwane Nunez has come up from the academy and he's transfer listed because I don't see them. He will have enough potential to push on in the position that he is listed for. Tommy Shelby up by 4 this season. He's now an 81. So again, a player that I think has got huge potential, only 21 years of age, to steal some game time next season. Perhaps over this man here, Jack Grealish, who's now 30 years of age and hasn't scored too many goals this season, although his performances have come in clutch at points. Then we've got James Madison, who we bought in the last window. Not had the best of time, let's say, at the club so far, but has come up when we needed him to get some performances on the board, especially when he played against his ex-club Leicester. He had an absolute worldie against them. Perhaps playing him out of position in that left-wing position isn't really helping, but when we need him in the simulated games, I think that average rating is certainly helping us. Justice Schwartz out on loan at Hull City this year. 72 overall now, has gone up by 4. Caldera has come in from the youth academy just now and has immediately gone onto the transfer list because I don't think he has the potential to improve at the rate we need him to. We then got Johnny Garrett, still has a potential to be special, 87 overall, gone up by 4 this season and still only 20 years old. Fantastic player. I think I'm perhaps playing him out of position on the right wing, but I can't fit him into that central midfield role. So we might have to look at how we set up for next season to accommodate him a little bit better. Fredriksson has come into from the academy and has gone straight onto the transfer list. 66 overall, should be worth a decent amount of money, and we'll ship him out as the window opens, hopefully. Demiri Gray gone down by 1 overall because he's now hit that 30 range to a 79. Hasn't really given us the performances that perhaps I expected from him, but still a solid squad player and will certainly be sticking around into next season, I would have thought, unless we get a really big money offering for him. Craig Marshall again, a great player for us, 80 overall, gone up by 2 this season, still has the potential to be special and certainly will be sticking around going into next season. Lloyd Smith out on loan to Stoke, gone up by 2 overall again this season to a 77. Need him to really reach that 80 marker to be able to set his stall out here in the squad for Solihull more, so he might well go out on loan again next season once he returns from Stoke. Ed Shaw, come up from the academy, he will be shipped out as soon as the window opens and we get a decent bid. Same as Hans Johnson, he came in and has already agreed a deal with KV Mechelen. When the transfer window opens, he will be heading out. Carl London has come in and I think he has a decent potential, so he might well stick around, but I might try and get him a loan deal because I can't really see him getting much game time next season with the amount of strikers that we've got and only really playing one striker. Palombi, he has been a really good player since we signed him as a free agent actually. Only 19 years of age, gone up by 3 this season to a 76 and has really been troubling Widrington in terms of getting game time when I'm looking for that striker to come in and do the job in the second string team. Talking about Widrington, he's also gone up by 3 overall this season to a 78 and again has still managed to put in some decent performances, made 24 appearances overall and has got himself 3 goals and a decent run in the team I think would get him some more goals, but he just hasn't been able to get that because of Bjorn Nystrom obviously. Silla out on loan has gone up by 3 overall this season to a 67 and to be honest he's going to come back in and I'm probably going to send him out on loan again or try and get him some game time by selling him because he's not going to make the rating which we need to get him into the first team or even the second team in honesty. Then we move on to a man that is now classed as one of the world's best. 91 overall, gone up by 3 overall this season, Golden Boot winner for the season, having got 28 goals in the Premier League. He got himself 4 goals in the pre-season tournament and obviously he didn't feature in the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup because we were using other players. What a player. Bjorn Nystrom has been here almost since the start, so we've bought him right through and have a look how much he's worth now. £117 million. I think I'm going to give him a new contract because he definitely deserves more than £13,500 a week. So we'll bump that up quite considerably going into next season and just try and make him a little bit happier because as you can see, his contract down in the bottom right hand corner is saying that he wants a bit more money, and who can blame him because yeah, he is deserving of more money. An amazing player that rounds out the first squad. And let's have a look at the Youth Academy. Okay, so I'm just going to breeze through the Youth Academy here, show you what we've got left over. There's a glut of players that are on the fringes of being bought up, which we will probably do as we enter next season and obviously sell off the players that are bulking out the squad at the moment. Players like Barry Gallagher here, who's 16 years of age, worth 1.1 million, has a 65 overall and a potential between 83 and 93. Certainly one for the future, as is Thomas Bergstrom. We've also got Harvey King, potential between 83 to 99, only 15 years of age, so we'll certainly be keeping an eye on him. Morgan Hall, his potential's dropped off, but it's still fairly decent. We'll leave him in the academy and see how he gets on as he turns 16. Tyler Rose, 19 years of age, bought him because of his potential, 79 to 87, but I'm not sure we've got the time here in this career mode to develop that, and maybe we will bring him in and sell him off. Frederick Lundgren, potential 95 to 99. I'm going to try and force the hand of that growth for next season. I will bring him into the first team when the opportunity arises, and we will try and get him some game time in some of the lower key matches, especially Carabao and FA Cup games. Same for Dominic Carter, 93 to 99. Those two boys are going to be immense, but they're both cams. So I'm hoping that they have secondary positions that we can play them in, maybe left and right wing, based on the play style that we currently have. Then we got Simon Carlson. Potential is pretty interesting on this guy. 74 to 98. Already got 61 overall at 15 years of age. Physically strong. So I'm really interested to see how he gets on. Well, as you've probably noticed, Johannes Magnussen, our coach out in Sweden, has been having an absolute worldie bringing players back again for us. Lundberg, not too much to be said about him, to be honest. Potential between 69 and 89. I don't think he is going to be an amazing player for us, but we will try and grow him that little bit further. Nicholas Ward, goalkeeper, 14 years of age, bought in purely because of that potential. 70 to 98. I do think that will drop off, but we'll see how he gets on. Peter Johnson, overall of 62, potential between 73 and 97. Again, another cam from Sweden. What is it with them being able to bring in attacking players? He looks like he could be quite the machine. And then we've got another Swede in Victor Bergström with a potential of 73 to 99. I'm sure that will drop away, but I'm hoping that potential edges further towards the 90 range from that lower rating where it stands at the moment. Next up, we've got Ben Wilson, who we bought in just a few weeks ago as our scout up in Scotland was running out of time up there. He's only got 47 overall, but he's potentially 71 to 97, so he could be an interesting striker for us to bring through, and we'll see how he gets on. And then lastly, we've got Gordon Fraser, very similar, potential 67 to 95, bought in just to see if we can get some rapid growth out of him and bring him through into the team. And interestingly, he has the winger status, so obviously he will be good at pushing forward. And there we have it. We round out the youth academy. We've already looked at, obviously, at the first team squad. I think we have plenty of potential to look forward to here in the youth academy. And obviously we've already built a stacked lineup in the first team. So I think we're going into the next Premier League season in good stead. Hope you'll join me as we push on to try to win the Premier League and Champions League in the final season, Season 8.